Hello! Welcome to a new episode of Solid-State Foundations. Last week, we introduced amorphous materials, and before that, we talked about single-component crystalline structures, and introduced the concept of polymorphism. Today, we are going to talk about multi-component systems, in other words, salts and cocrystals. A salt is the combination of an anion and a cation forming an ionic pair. Remember what we learned at school. Acid plus base equals salt plus water. The charged nature of the salts confers them a short-range order, since the cation and the anion must be able to balance the charges. However, a crystalline salt also presents long-range order in the three dimensions of space. Salts are commonly used to modify the charged state of an ionizable active pharmaceutical ingredient, increasing solvability of the molecules and overall solubility. However, it is important to remember that the ionization state of these APIs does depend on the pH of the media. For this reason, it is important to select the counterions with the right pKa that are appropriate for the specific application for which the drug has been designed. Cocrystals, on the other hand, are crystalline materials composed of two or more neutral species in the same crystal lattice, connected through non-covalent interactions. In pharma context, this is typically an active pharmaceutical ingredient and another inert pharmaceutical acceptable compound referred to as coformer. When designing cocrystals, pKa values are of no use. We need to understand the different symptoms present in the molecule and the different binding motifs that we could use to maximize the interactions between the API and the coformer. The formation of cocrystals allows us to improve physicochemical properties of APIs, such as solubility, dissolution rate, and stability, without modifying the chemical structure, and with less dependence on the pH of the system. So, what's the difference between a salt and a cocrystal? The difference between a salt and a cocrystal resides in whether or not, in the solids phase, a proton-transfer has occurred from an acidic to a basic species. Basically, if the interaction between the compounds is ionic in nature, or by hydrogen bonds or van der Waals forces. And this simple difference can be very important, especially when developing new generics. While in Europe, new solid forms of known compounds, polymorph, salts, and cocrystals receive the same considerations, in the US, a new cocrystal of a known compound will receive the same regulatory treatment than a new polymorph, shortening significantly its route to market. A significant difference, don't you think? In conclusion, multi-component structures such as salts or cocrystals are powerful tools that allow us to fine-tune the properties of compounds, especially in the world of pharmaceuticals. This will also allow us to strengthen the IP position of a drug. It is worth reminding that each of these multi-component systems can also present polymorphism, expanding our options even more. I hope you've enjoyed our new section of Solid-State Foundations. See you next month!